Yeah, first off, the Bengals played before us, which I was thrilled to hear they just won, so that's great news. But it's Christmas holiday. We just came off of two games here locally that I know everybody was all riled up for. We had great support. And so for today, with the Bengals going on, people showed up for us a couple nights ago downtown to see the crowd. I just looked down, it's over 11,000, but I felt it out there. Really appreciate all the people coming out tonight and supporting us for this one. That means a lot to all of us. And just want to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody gets some time with family. I know our guys and our staff's looking forward to a couple days of being able to do that as well.
How important was it to get out to a quick start? You just played 2 days ago. You don't want to maybe let them start to hang around and get some confidence. So was it big?
Yeah, you always want to. I think every night, like when you're in the moment, you feel like it's always important to win the next possession or the first 4 minute of the game. We talk about the first 4 minutes going into games, so you always want that. I thought in tonight's game, you've looked at number one, they're picked to win their league. They played in the NCAA tournament. They've had a monster schedule. They've seemed to have played their best against their toughest opponents. And you look down, Ole Miss, who's top 20 team in America, they have a chance to beat them. I think Ole Miss wins by 2, and they had a lead against USC in the second half. Florida ended up pushing a big lead out, and I went to watch that game, and it was a lot closer than the score looked at the end. So they played really well against their toughest opponents, and so you knew they'd be up for this. But so I did think it was important we played well and played with energy coming off a Friday night. And I thought our guys did a nice job of that. Obviously, I didn't feel good about some of the stretches in the middle of the first half, and I was not very disappointed how we finished the first half. But I thought coming out in the second half, our guys came out with energy, played the right way, got their hands on basketballs, and got out in transition. And I thought we played the right way in the second half, and I was pleased with that. Sometimes this kind of game can be difficult for a team, and I thought it showed some character because you come off of 2 local games that there's a ton of energy and emotion. You got Christmas break right in front of you, and these guys are ready to get home and get a breather. And then you got 20 league games in the Big 12. It's easy to kind of look past, and I'm not like that, but I can see how young people can do that, and I didn't think our guys did that at all. So, big picture, I was pleased tonight.
10-1 in non-conference play. How would you assess your team through these first 11 games, and what areas do you feel there's still opportunity for improvement?
Well, dang, do I shoot it? I just
We say you need 10 games to look at the stats and assess a team.
You want me to assess? And I went from the team. There's a bunch of people waiting for. I couldn't say no. All these kids want autographs. How can I say no to that? And I'm late to radio, late to you guys. But I hadn't had time to do an assessment yet. But no. Listen, we took care of business in non-conference, and you wanted to do that, right? You wanted to make sure that you did your part in your non-con to put yourself in position going into league play to be a quality team, and I think we've checked that box. Perfect? No, it's not perfect. We have a lot of room for improvement, but when you look back at the non-con, I don't think we didn't do our part. So that part I'm pleased with, but kind of where we are, we'll use the next 2 or 3 days as a staff to recharge and kind of look at things and evaluate things, and we'll have a couple days of practice when we get back on the 26th to adjust and kind of make the necessary changes we have to do going into conference play.
Kind of going off that question, I asked Dylan this: is there an area where you think that your team has progressed the most from game 1 to game 11? He said defense and just getting more comfortable with the defensive scheme.
Yeah, I thought this week we looked more natural in our defensive concepts. So I can see why he would say that, or our players would feel that way. But I think we've improved in a lot of areas, and the deal is this: you got to keep doing it. You got to keep growing, keep improving. We haven't arrived in any area. I'm not pleased with any area, but but I do think this team's continue to grow and improve. Again, I said this, I think, in my press conference or after the Dayton game. I don't know when I said it, guys. Days are running together right now. But anytime we've been able to take a step back over any portion of time, I think we've improved over that portion of time. Doesn't mean it's been linear, right? Like we've had ups and downs and maybe 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But I think this group's been that way from the summer till now. Again, not completely linear, but we've been a team that's continued to improve over time, and we have to continue to be that team when we get back from Christmas.
We saw you guys in every Big 12 game last year was close. Do you feel that experience in year one, combined with your non-conference schedule this year, has prepared you for what lies ahead over the next 20 games?
I hope so. That's the idea of it, right? I hope so. I hope, experience and wisdom, I hope they matter. If they do, that's good for our team because we got a lot of that in that locker room. But we're going to find out. The thing that I'm most concerned with, what's behind us is behind us, as we just talked about. We'll assess it, figure out what we got to do moving forward. But the most important thing is what we can do when we get opportunities to get back on the court together and work. And, we'll, again, a couple days off here, some time with family. And then on the 26th, we'll get back to work and try to get better that day. I know that's the boring stuff, but that's the real stuff. That's the way we think about it.
Struggled to shoot from outside again tonight, but still found a way to control the game throughout. Do you feel like your team has shown a lot of different ways to win across the first 11 games of the season?
I don't know. Yes and no. Maybe I think there's ways you could say that. I'm not worried about shooting. I think this team's got a lot of quality shooting, so I'm not worried about it. You said that, and I hadn't really studied the stat sheet yet, and I guess you go 9 for 32 from 3, and so that's not great, right? That's under 30%, but I'm not worried about our shooting at all. We can shoot the basketball, and we'll continue to get better there. I thought the quality of shots starting to really improve. I think the ball movement's starting to really improve, the offensive execution, and when that happens, results start to happen.
Holding Grambling State tonight, 49 points, tied for lowest this season. What were some of the defensive bright spots tonight?
Yeah, I thought we set a tone early in the game that it was going to be difficult for them to score in their half-court sets, and I thought we did a really nice job of doing that. I thought, in the first half, they either got it in transition, they got it on the offensive board, which I wasn't happy about. I think they had 8 at halftime, or they got it because we just, fell asleep for a second, right? Those are and then they scored a couple over the top in ISOs, which you guys know doesn't bother me a whole lot. So those are the 4 ways they scored in the first half, and I thought we tried to correct some of the things that were correctable in the second half, and it was a nice defensive night for us. They're a dangerous team because they got a couple guys on the wing that can really shoot it, and the 2 kids in the backcourt are really dynamic.
You're kind of addicted to basketball. How does the next couple days go for you? You sneak in a few Christmas movies, or how much Kansas State take?
I do. People that know me well know I love my movies. I can watch a movie and watch film at the same time, but not a new movie. I watch the same movies over and over again, and it's kind of comforting for me. I'll have that on late at night at my house, and it's the same ones over and over. This time of year, Home Alone can be on in the background, and I can be locked in. That's like my childhood. And some other ones, but there's some all-time. Die Hard. These are like. Yeah, you guys want to start talking movies, we can have a little fun up here. Christmas movies, Home Alone, Die Hard, those come to mind right away. But no, I listen. I'm going to go. I just got on Steve Logan on the radio. We're talking about the Browns and the Bengals. He said, I'm from Cleveland. I said, well, no. You're getting it wrong. Like, you grew up in Cleveland. You're from Cincinnati now. You've been here so damn long. I'm from Cincinnati, but I grew up in North Carolina. That's the way I've been saying it. So I will go back to where I grew up, where my parents are. So I'll be back in Charlotte and Greensboro for a couple days, seeing family and spending time with family, and doing some family stuff, which is really important. I just told our players how important that is, And then, yes, I'll be doing some basketball stuff because I do enjoy it so much, and I want to get prepared for what's ahead.
What do you get the parents for Christmas?
That's the problem. I'm keeping. I want to say it's DuBois, right? DuBois. What's the right way to pronounce it? I'm gonna mess it up. DuBois. I went to DuBois right after pregame meal today, and I'm keeping them in business because I'm gonna take a massive suitcase full of gear because everybody just wants gear. So I just went up there and just grabbed as many things I could off the shelf. I don't even want to tell you guys what it cost, but it was expensive.
They don't let you go shop. You don't get gear here?
Hey, listen, I can't tell you how many people back where I grew up, want gear, family wants gear. So I just went to the store, and that probably knocked out a lot of my Christmas shopping right there. But I will be doing a ton of Christmas shopping tomorrow. I'm one of those people that, because of basketball, I'll wait till the 23rd or 24th every year. So I'll be in a mall somewhere doing some Christmas shopping the next couple of days too.
CJ Frederick got some extended run tonight. What were your thoughts on his minutes and the possibility that he could be very needed throughout the conference slate?
Yeah, I went down and said to him it was good to see him play well. I thought the ball moves the ball just pops around so much when he's in the game. Like offense works better. He's done that his whole career. I think he looks good physically. That was good for us. We were holding Connor out for a week or so. So I thought that was good. I think that could be really important for us as we get into league play. He's such a dynamic offensive player. He's such a reliable player in terms of being at the right spots and knowing what to do. And he's an experienced player, so it was good to see him get some extended minutes.
Saw Connor Hickman in a boot before the game as well as on the bench. Any update on what's going on with him?
Yeah, he's got a little pain in his foot. Nothing that he can't play through. I mean, this started maybe 7-8 days ago. He's the type of kid, he's like Day-Day, he won't tell you if something's going on. So I'm actually really pleased that he said something to our trainer. And I think we're just being precautionary so that it doesn't become something bigger than what it is, which is not a whole lot other than just a little bit of discomfort in a certain area of his foot. So we're going to shut him down. We shut him down after the Dayton game. It's interesting. We shut him down in practice until Wednesday and Thursday, all week last week. But he also got the flu, and he was like crazy. Him and AP were crazy sick all week, and AP was still dealing with that this morning and yesterday. So I should have said that to start. I was really, really impressed that those two played Friday night, and I was really impressed AP gutted it out today. The young man's got a lot of toughness. A lot of guys wouldn't have done that. But our plan was to shut Connor down after Friday and try to give him a really nice extended period off that foot, and we hope that that'll really help. But he could play through it, as you guys saw on Friday night. But it's not serious. We just don't want it to become serious what we got ahead.
What have you seen from Tyler Betsy? He's played some less minutes in the recent past. Is that more of just Dan being back, and how are you going to see him develop into Big 12 play?
I think he's an incredibly important piece for this team going into league play. I've said it from day one, bringing him and Arrington along throughout this non-conference is a key for this team to be the team it can be in the Big 12. I told him this yesterday, like we shortened the rotation in the second half this week a little bit, but that's not a direction that we're going to go to in league play. In fact, it's got to be the opposite for us to be the team we can be over 20 games in the Big 12. We need him to be a huge part of what we're doing. He brings things to the floor that we desperately need, and I think he's gotten a lot of really quality experience here over the first 7 weeks of his college basketball career, and we need him to take another couple steps forward. I thought he had some really nice minutes tonight.
You guys played Kansas State once last year. You won that game on a late CMOS 3. Have you had a chance to watch any film on them this year so far ahead of your matchup against them in 8 days?
I haven't yet, but I'll get a chance to do that here over the next couple of days.
Will you explore Day-Day Thomas another year, given the recent ruling?
Yeah, guys, listen, man, they let me coach Day-Day Thomas for the next 10 years. I'll take it. Yeah, heck yeah. But I've learned this with changes and all the things that have happened. I've learned to not pay a lot of attention to it till things are final, and to not take the roller coaster, because what they tell you, they report on, is going to happen with college athletics one week is something completely the 180 the next week, and it's made my life a lot easier when I stop paying attention to it all till something is a real rule or something is really in place. So we'll just kind of proceed till we know something different is with where it is right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Winston.